and we are open for viewer levels. Today, in lieu of something in the personal queue, we will look at the new Ninja level that Nintendo has put up, and we will at least do a bit of a scouting run while we are waiting for the first mission. We previously finished with some reasonable times, 1 silver medal and 2 golds. And with quite a lot of versatility to Cat Mario mechanics, we'll see how well we do. Recon time. Okay. There's something that will be optimizable right there. And let's see. Hello, Terminator Mode 2016. We will get to you very shortly, given that I'm just scouting out the new Ninja level right now. This is my first time looking at it, and I'm not going to grind it out until later, now that we have some viewer levels, or at least one viewer level to look at. Marcos, welcome back to the stream. We will get to you second. Yeah, haven't really had a time to study this one yet, but we'll save that until after I have done the viewer levels for today. Okay. Oops. So we have Anti-Master Sword Trial 10 to add to the growing collection of Anti-Master Sword Trials by Terminator, and XOKs by Marcos. Like this is just a lot of dashing and diving. Alright, we'll have to shave about 50 seconds off of that, but we will do that again, probably off stream later on. Yeah, long ways to go. But enough to get a shirt. So let's punch in next and look at the code. Terminator will be up with 5DN, KMB, WQF. Thank you for the good luck. We'll hopefully do as well as we did with some of the other ones that you have shown me previously. This one's fairly new, I see, from this week. Indeed, from yesterday. Final trial of the series. May the Triforce not be with you. Rather quick 29-second record. We will see how strictly that is enforced. Reached the goal of Super Mario, as before. Oh, don't want to miss that. Okay, so you just have to be quick, or... Well, I mean, you've got a 200-second timer, so who knows. I'm just going to scout ahead. Looks like you do have to be quick for this part, and that. Okay. That's just going to be a dash. And... Okay. Despite the fairly generous 200-second timer, looks like we just grabbed a mushroom and we go. Whoops. And it won't be like that. Although that raises the interesting prospect. Whoops. No, that's too slow. Of picking up the beetle shell and just deciding to lose it at the end. But there doesn't seem to be a spot to do that. Oh, short jumps. Let's practice that anyway. Probably should jump up into that, but it looks like we are slightly ahead of pace. Nope, got to pull back on that jump a little bit due to these spikes. And a very narrow margin for adjustment. Whoop. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a mistake. All right, let's do that again. Keep missing that start. That's not a bad idea. And in any case, the timer effectively resets once you reach these successive segments. Just practice the jumps. Okay, so you'll have a switch there that blocks the blaster. It looks like you have to be fairly quick about that. Oh, kind of a narrow landing there. But with a 30-second record, that's fairly encouraging in terms of the amount of room there is for adjustment. Nope, still not building up the dash accurately. Rip SMM, hello. Thank you for the submission. It'll work on that landing. Bum Bum's Castle. Interesting. Well, stick around. We'll hopefully get to that one soon. Okay, we've got to work on this dash somehow. Has something to do with the landing on the blocks, because we did get it the first time. Nope. Maybe just keep jumping. That might be the answer. No game sound, really. Okay. 1 second while I fix that. Didn't realize that was the case, because we did do a sound check ahead of time. Give me 1 moment, and I will fix it. Yeah, just 1 moment. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Occasionally, I don't pick up on the audio issues until people tell me. Okay, it looks like it should be coming through now. Let me know if that is not the case. Do you hear the sound now? I see it on my dials. I don't know if it's coming through on your side. Okay, great. Thank you. Glad you caught that early. We actually did have a stream about a week or 2 ago where I went for several hours without anybody telling me that, and that was maybe not the best viewing experience. Whoa. Yeah, we got that switched out. Thank you. Now that we have the soundtrack done. Very thrilling little plummet. Yeah, the maker for this level is Terminator Mode 2016. I believe they are still here. Might just be lurking, but... because I know sometimes people, you know, once they submit, they might be here, but they might have their sound off, so... no, that's a mistake. Okay. But let's scout what we were supposed to do. Now, how did that drop in the first place? Okay, I see. I see. And then here, you just have to run. That again. And just drop down. Drop down left, drop down right. Okay, we got it. Nope, that was just a bad drop, but it looks like our previous method of just jumping past that segment is probably the way to do it. Timing is actually decently generous there. Oh, nope, that's not enough of a jump. We'll need a little more height. Fine, let's just try to navigate this segment here. Okay. Left, right. You have to hang back slightly on some of these jumps. Oh, that was nice. The shells kind of nuking each other. Okay, that will miss the clear condition. Okay, that felt pretty decent. Get enough height this time. And we'll be a little slow getting off the vine, okay. No, we've got to be fairly accurate about that landing. Have to hit up as soon as we are there. Okay, so this will pretty much just be a speed test. Unless you want to do a slow hop all the way. No, you can't really do a slow hop through the last segment, so... should be fairly manageable, though. One or two accuracy things to fix, and it looks like there's nothing that's really out of the ordinary here. Very satisfying clink to those shells as they ram into each other. Okay, get off fine properly. Nope, missed a door. That's alright, let's try to figure out this sequence. Yeah, don't want to bump your head there. And then it will just be a straight dash, I think. Oh. Had to be very accurate. And it should go down fairly soon. Hi, Grandays. Welcome. We just started up, so it's a fairly short queue so far. Just 2 more levels after this one, I think. Let me know if there are any production problems. We've already had to fix one sound issue. Oh. Still haven't quite nailed that landing. Thank you for KillQuest 1 Boo Bashing. And let's see if we do any better on that door, but we have to get there first. Can I POW jump FX Nerve? If you send me a POW jump level, it is very unlikely that I will be able to get very far in it. I have done POW jumps. I'm not very consistent with them, so if you have a level that's very dependent on POW jumps, I don't expect I'll be able to execute it very well. I can still take a look, I just won't be able to spend much time on it. Oh. Too slow. Although, let's see. Is there a way to get that to maybe despawn? Because then, what you could do is kind of hop over. Except the shell kind of comes over this way. So, if you just have it not activate these blocks in the first place, if they are perhaps off screen, I don't know. We'll see. I'd rather just try to do this accurately. Oh. Nope. Not picking up enough of a dash over there. Probably the jumping method we had earlier was correct. Oh. Yeah, nope. Slight inaccuracy there. Hey. Let's try to hit this door for once. And hit the block on the left for once. Nope, too slow. Let's despawn that, if we can. Alright, we'll despawn that. Let's see if we can, probably not the way to do it. But, if you do despawn it, it looks like you actually, theoretically, are able to just kind of hop to the end. So if we are slow in that segment, we will try it that way. Won't be a speed record by any means, but might be a way to break it. Stello, thank you for the submission. The psych ward. Nope. Need a slightly better landing there. Oops. Just have to jump right off of that, I think, or we won't really be able to pick up enough of a dash to avoid slipping. Although riding the shell that time was actually kind of fun, it was just very unintended. Threw off the planning a bit, so. Probably is something interesting we can get out of that. As far as speed tricks go. This segment allows you to relax a little bit because the swamps don't enforce quite so tight a timer. This segment, not too bad, except for that door landing. And again, if we miss this jump, we will try to despawn trick. And see if we can... I mean, you don't really have the headroom to make it, but maybe with a crouch jump. Yeah, it would be maybe a bit of a tedious way to do it, but it would work. There are probably more despawning exploits we're able to try with that shell segment, but I would need to take a closer look at its positioning before we attempt any nonsense like that. Yeah, actually that wouldn't work because of the way it drops the swords in the opening segment. So. Okay. Just need to land that jump on the left side a little more accurately. We will have this. Gaming Sman or Gaming S-Man. Hello. Currently got 4 in queue after this one. I don't know if everybody's still online, so I usually try to manage the stream in a way that ensures everybody will get played if they are able to stay. I closed the queue early enough to kind of guarantee that, but I know not everybody can stay for too long. Okay. Enough height off of that. And let's go for that door. Up, miss. Okay, I'm going to try to practice this jump regardless, since I'm here. So we'll eventually need to land it. Just try to figure that out accurately. Keeping in mind that we will have to deal with Super Mario's headroom. So it looks like the departure point is going to be... Right. Oh, no, that's a bump. Maybe halfway between those arrows. Yeah. And careful not to get too much of a bounce off the jump block. But that would do it, I think. So for those of you who haven't seen one of Terminator's previous submissions, this is part of a whole series of Avoid the Master Sword levels. Some of them are more speedrun oriented, and some of them are more puzzle oriented. This one is, I believe, number 10 in the series. I have not played all of them. I think I've played maybe 3 of them by now. Hit the one-way panel. That's going to be too slow. Turn and jump at the top so you don't get snagged, yeah. Trying to execute that. Might have to crouch jump, too, because I'm not accounting for Mario's height there, and I'm hitting the one-way panels, so a lot of little adjustments I can make. Make that go a little better. Yeah, jumping a little too early, actually. So. And slamming right into that block. The thing about a lot of the jumps in this level, as you can see from all the spikes here, is that you do need to hang back on them. It isn't a level that is about holding forward all the time. You do, in fact, need to have some control over your landings. So that is, which is fine. I mean, that is the challenge of the level. You can't just hold forward and do everything blindly. But it is something to take into account throughout the whole stage, that you do need to have some pretty accurate landings, which I did not show there. But hopefully we'll be done with this one soon. That jump I feel like we can just clear all the way, like just skip the block in the middle entirely. Might try that at least once. Didn't try it that time, but bit of a breather from this thwomp timing. Some height. Walk our way forward. Through the door. And let's try not to get snagged. Okay, that's still a little too slow. Yeah, turn it atop so I don't get snagged. That's, probably can't afford to land on those jump blocks, in fact. That's alright, let's see if we can work that out. Yeah, the thwomp segment is generally pretty easy to deal with, which is kind of nice when it comes to the pacing here. Ooh, it's too slow. Having a little bit too much airtime on those jumps. I think that's clearly the issue we're running into here. If I really can't clear that, I may move on from this one, but we'll see if we can at least figure out a decent method, whoops, to get that timing sorted out. Oops. What do I think of the level? The level's fine. The pacing's fine. I mean, it is a level that's very much about controlling your jump and your landing zones. I think the landing in that segment I just passed is maybe a little weird sometimes because you don't have much of an opportunity to pick up a dash, but as you can see, you can work out a method for it, so it's not so much of a problem. As far as the don't touch the sword designs go, I mean, I personally find that the more puzzle-like concepts to be more interesting than speedrun concepts, but that's kind of a personal preference. I know that, like, there's definitely a place for a more speed-oriented level like this one. I mean, I guess the ending segment is theoretically exploitable if you despawn the shell. But there are enough swords there, and low enough ceiling that it's actually very hard to do in practice, so probably don't need to worry about that exploit. It's there, but it's not very useful. Oops. Skip the red one? Yeah, I know I can skip the red one. I just didn't do it. I don't feel like I have timing trouble with the early segment here anyway. I noticed earlier that you can sail right over it, but like that. Yeah, I guess that makes the landing feel a bit more comfortable. But it's nice that you can do it both ways, actually. I don't mind that you kind of have two methods there. Okay, that was a bad descent off the vine. Yeah, because in order to get over the red one, you do need to already know level, because at the speed you're going, that's far enough that you can't really see that in advance. Like, if you want to jump over to Red 1, that's definitely something that you do on a repeated run as you learn the level, and that's fine. You know, that's how most speedruns work. You just kind of have to find little optimizations like that. Oh, okay. I probably should have just kept jumping, pick up a little more speed, and get ahead. If I get over the first spawns, I think I can actually stay ahead. Oops. Getting a little messy now. Oh. Missed the door. Hey, let's try to get the door accurately this time. Nope. Too slow. What sound? Stream sound was laggy, okay. I will take a look at that. Sec. Hello, Schluggo. Shouldn't have been looking at chat before I finished a level, but thank you for the submission. Boom Boom's Feast in progress. Okay, I look forward to it. Nice touch, actually, to put your... I presume that's your maker code in your Twitch name. No. Oh, got snagged in one of the blocks that was hit. Probably should have just kept on dashing once I knew I built up enough speed. Yeah, what happened there was the shell got slightly ahead of me and bumped one of the blocks up, and that stopped me. Yeah, the Grand Days, it's alright if you need to make a quick repair and re-upload. I'll be around long enough that I should get to it. Nope. Yeah, it kind of snags you if you're not ahead of the shell. Seems like we're getting a little bit closer. I have been on this for almost half an hour, though. If I keep getting stuck on that segment, I may have to call it for now, but we're close enough that I might want to revisit it if I do have to move on to the next level. You know what? Let's just practice it. Won't be the same with the one tile of headroom, but want to see in terms of our speed what we can do. Yeah, the jump's not going to help me too much on that segment. But as you can see, we can actually get ahead by the end, so you can outpace the shell with jumps, so long as you don't hit the snag. So that does look like the method. Through the door. Too slow on the corner there. I don't have uptime as a command setup on this bot, Gaming S-Man. I can tell you that I've been on this one for almost half an hour, I think, so I will not stay on for too much longer. What I do sometimes if I can't complete a level that I'm close to finishing is I will ask the maker to resubmit it at the end of the queue or at whatever other time they so choose, and I have definitely completed some levels across multiple sessions, so I can get to people a little faster. And that's probably what I'll do after one or two more attempts on this one. So, if you're in queue, you won't be too far back. Also, S-Man, thank you earlier, I forgot to recognize this, for the raid with a party of one, which for streamers of this scale is still very valuable. Nope, too slow. Okay, we will probably call it for now, but soft remove it from the queue, and Terminator, you are free to resubmit this or submit something else if you so choose. But I just want to not keep people waiting too long. I do enjoy this one, and I do want to come back and finish it, so. Yeah, thank you for the resubmission. I will see if Marcos is still here. I've played some of Marcos' level on the stream before, but sometimes they drop the code and leave, so I think I don't currently see Marcos in chat. Marcos, I will give you a little bit of time to speak up, and then if not, I will move on to whoever is online. Let's bump them back one spot in queue. Rip SMM, you are still here? Of course, I did see you chatting, so I'll punch in that code. Yep. H5D LG0 W 3G. Okay, Bum Bum's Castle. Hard casual, we rate about 1%. I do like the sound of that. I see columns of booze in the preview screen, and that looks like that's going to be an interesting little constraint on the boss room, but we'll get to there, and we'll see how it looks. Bum Bum's Castle. Bum 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 bum. No, okay. That's not a mushroom. Oh, whoops. Bit slow there. No game sound. Again, okay. Just give me a sec. Did it just turn off? Hang on. Don't know why game sound is kind of crapping out on me a little today, but we will try to restore that. Might just be something with my cables. Okay. Game sounds should be back from the dials I am seeing. So. Please let me know if it does cut out again. I still haven't quite fixed that. Oh, I like the little preview of the boo mechanic that you see on this screen. Oh, nope, missed a turnaround there. Just didn't read the wall. Be fairly quick. Oops. Grab the spring, go up, presumably hit a switch. Yeah, I'd say that, you know, something like what you call hard casual is probably my favorite category. You know, where it's standard technique, reasonably traditional design, but still a lot of execution involved. And the boo walls are kind of a nice concept. I think I've seen this concept in either some other levels or perhaps I saw this one on stream at some point, but maybe not this exact level, but definitely something with the boo walls. Oh, whoops. Missed the spring completely. Student Trevor Davies. Hello, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the submission of Treacherous but Regular Route. It's going alright so far. We've occasionally had sound cut out once or twice from the game, and so hopefully people will continue to let me know if that happens. I haven't quite figured out what is causing that yet, but we're just kind of fixing it as we go. So yeah, as always, if you are in the queue and you stick around long enough, I will get your level played. I don't tend to leave people hanging at the end of the stream, so we'll hopefully get through everybody fairly soon. Seems like I'm a little slow on this segment here. Gotta... Yep. Losing a little bit of time on the corners, I think. It is actually reasonably tight. Oh, whoops. And sink they go. I mean, I guess that's probably on a blaster or something, given the thinking speed, but hard to tell when the mechanic is disguised. Oh. Yeah, just missing a few simple timings on the corner. That's going to be too slow, but I think I have to throw the spring pretty much right away. Yeah, sometimes I think I'm hanging back a little too soon from the walls. I don't want to run into the boos, but it's actually safe. I'd get a lot more speed off the corners like that. Ha, nope. Yeah, the spring distance feels fine, you know, as long as I don't make a mistake like the one just saw. Be able to drop that fairly quickly. I think I need to really turn around as soon as I hit that switch and drop in. Currently, the on-off is as far as I can get. Jesus, 15lol. Or 15 LOL, however you like it. Thank you for the submission of your creator code. I'm sure you'll point me to a specific level once you are called up. Losing too much time on the first jump, in fact, just probably not hugging this closely enough. Okay. A little better. Didn't really read that accurately. But seems we have figured out how to tighten up the timing just slightly. Yeah, a little too much height on that jump, I think. Oh. But we are progressing. What is this? Okay. Now we know. Maybe a bit tight. Drop. Okay. Bit too long in that claw, I think. I guess the screen width on the auto scroll is much closer to how it would have been on the Super Nintendo. Closer to a 4x3 box. In the blue columns, actually maybe a little narrower than that. Really tight about the first jump. That affects quite a bit. Oh. Yeah. See how we do here. Okay, reacted a little slowly to successfully making that landing. But we are inching forward towards the first of what I'm told are 2 checkpoints. One, presumably, before the Boom Boom fight that we saw on the previous screen. Or the Bum Bum fight, as per this castle. Losing a little too much time in claw, as before. But we are through segment number 1. Didn't take too long. Now let's learn to drive and not die too much to the drag from the car. I did learn in Mario Maker 1 that there's quite a bit of drag from the clown car. There were a few levels I've seen that use that. Haha, no. Shoot, jump, shoot. Okay, shoot, jump, shoot. Yep. Sometimes you just need to read everything properly. No, miss. Nope. Don't want to start over. That would be a bad habit. A bit too slow getting out of the car that time. I was a little more accurate. Nope. Oh, okay, no, that's a mistake. Alright, fine. I don't do that very often, and thankfully this level can be recoverable. But, so long, CP1. That's alright, we'll be back in no time. We know how this works. Better to learn that on a level where you can recover your progress than on one where you really lose, I don't know, an hour. Down a donut block. See? Not too bad. Not too bad. Only lost about a minute there. Nope. Up. Okay. Poor judgment of height there. Method is fundamentally sound. Nope. Hesitated a bit too much on that corner. Oh, no. Nope, let's not do that. Terrible, terrible habit. But by the end of this level, we shall break it. Hey. Nope. Little too far. Trying to cut too many corners. Yes, start over is my friend. Capable of all the betrayals that you expect from a friend. A true friend. All the betrayals that, in the end, are actually your own fault. Nope. Have to continue heading right, I think, and recover that shell just slightly earlier. Nope. Trying to go a little too fast. I should land before I fire the shell, because otherwise I won't get the second jump off in time. Much drag on that one. Miss. Yeah, this is quite nice, though. I do like the variety of speed-related challenges, like the drag on a clown car, the double tap on a shell here. You know, it looks like you're doing something a little bit different on every segment. And you have to deal with speed a little bit differently in every segment, so the challenges don't feel the same. And, just a lot of variation on a fairly simple concept of a narrow auto-scroll. Oh. Fair bit more spacing that time. Nope. It's kind of a D-pad acting up there. Really didn't want to climb that high. Okay, the jump there will be interesting. I do think I need to get right up to the block. Or maybe get a few jumps off on the conveyors to get a little bit of forward motion. But with a 1 block height, don't know what will be fastest. That will require a little working out. Yep, I definitely jumped too late. Jumped too early. I actually do like how this segment here allows you to recover a little bit of distance, because you have some room just to run forward towards the plant. So, kind of nice, because that's a bit of a speed reset. Nope. Really do have to be very precise here, though. Definitely feels like a very short vine. But that is the challenge. Yeah, too much drag that time. Nope, too close. A little too far to the right there, I think. But this segment is fairly easy to adjust. It's just doing it accurately. Had a few attempts here that have gone much better. Okay. I definitely can't wait that long to jump. I have to jump right away, given that it's a double speed conveyor. Can't stay on that thing. Left the car a little bit too late. Yep, much too late. I didn't notice until that attempt that it was a double speed conveyor. But now that's extremely clear to me. Oh, whoops. Missed the up input entirely that time. Getting over that block, though. That will be tricky. I find that fitting into a one block high gap in general in Mario is something I have a fair bit of trouble with, so we'll see if we can get that to behave a little bit better. Get as much... nope. Didn't have the headroom to do that. I think I need to get past the first block. Run and jump, yeah. Oh. Only need one jump there, okay. Yeah, because I guess you build up enough acceleration from the belt, but I was going a little too late earlier. So, we'll just need to find the right block to do that. Okay. Actually worked fairly reliably. Okay. Didn't expect that little bit of acceleration there. I was thinking I wanted to just drop as soon as possible. Yeah, that actually adds a nice little bit of tension. Okay, let's... over here. Okay. No, that's fine. We can deal with that fairly easily. Looks fairly tight, except you just have to account for the boo wall on the right still moving. Very threatening, though, when you just see it on a screen like that. And through we go. Yeah, the segment lengths feel very nice. I think the size of each of these zones feels extremely well balanced. Terminator Bird, yes, I did check out Rick and Morty Bird Person. I find the comparison very flattering, thank you. Definitely an idea in the future if I need to, I don't know, set up some kind of reward system on this stream, once this stream is big enough to do impressions or something, but I don't think my voice is actually that close, but again, I do appreciate the comparison. Okay. We'll just have to trust this thing. 1-ups for endless. Thank you for the GG, RIP SMM. Okay. Definitely want to leave a like on that one. I thought, again, that there were quite a lot of things to like about it. The obstacle variety, the different ways that you deal with speed. The difficulty balancing I thought was very appropriate to my level, as something hard casual. And the pacing of checkpoints, I think it was a fairly clean execution of that concept, so thank you. Now, Rick and Morty is something I will have to catch up on at some point. Terminator. Let's, now I did only bump Marcos back a spot, but I think they are not back, so I will remove them. Stello76, I don't know if they are still here. I think some people left. Just bumped them back a spot for now to see who is next. Schlago, I believe they were just here a minute ago. I think they also left. Okay, we'll manipulate the queue a little bit. Don't mind giving some people a second chance to show up if they've just stepped out for a minute, but we'll get on to the next person who is actually here. Yeah, it looks like it is you, Terminator, so we will go back to that level. And hopefully clear it fairly quickly, now that we've learned it. Probably faster to just go through my playing history, but alright, not a big deal. Hey. And yep. After that, if people don't come back, will likely be student Trevor Davies after this one. Let me just adjust the queue accordingly. And try to give this a quick win. If we are really stuck on that segment at the end, well, then who knows. But I think you've seen me beat some things on a second try before. Oops. Have to get warmed up again, though. Nope. Yeah, student Trevor Davies, you will almost certainly be next. I do tend to give people a second chance to come back, but they usually don't. If they have to go. But sometimes, you know, you have a person who just needs to step out for a minute. But you should be next. And I did show this level off earlier, so I won't spend too long on it if I'm really stuck, but I am on the last segment of this one, so hopefully it won't take too long. No, losing too much time there. On the corner. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of jumps on this level that encourage you to slow down slightly, and sometimes it's possible to slow down just a little too much. I should probably just get in the habit of skipping that red one, since we did determine that that has a much smoother landing. I forgot, so not that time. Nope, too slow. But yeah, a jump does let you outrun things slightly, even if you are behind pace. That's something to keep in mind. A higher jump, anyway. The lower jump doesn't quite do enough. But we'll see on the next segment. So I think we can maybe gain a little bit of speed with some jumps on the lower part here before we hit the conveyor belts. Like so, like so. There we go. That fixed it. Thank you, Terminator, for the resubmission. I'm glad that didn't take too long. And of course, I've only played a little bit of your Anti-Master Sword series, so you're always welcome to send me more. Thank you. Okay, we'll do one last check of the offline people, then probably move on to Trevor Davies. Stello does not appear to be here. Schlago, I think, had to leave. So we are actually back down to a fairly short queue. Can I draw something? With the controller, that might be a little bit difficult. I'm not very good with the stick, but let's attempt something quickly. Wait. Hang on, I'll probably just leave you a text comment. How about that? I'm gonna leave you a text comment. This has been a difficult. Oops. Let's put a shift in. Master Sword Season 4 Bird Person. Maybe that will do. I can't really draw with a stick, unfortunately. That will just take a little too long. I have to learn how to do that first. This has been a difficult Master Sword season for Bird Person. So hopefully you enjoy that. And we will move on. Student Trevor Davies, 77R. SH2. MDF. Treacherous but regular route. Well, short queue right now, so if this goes by quickly, we could perhaps spend some time on a replay. But let's survive the main level first and see how it goes. Terminator, I think that is another 77R level, but one that you had previously sent me. You know, occasionally, when you play on stream, you have so many speed-dependent levels like the ones that I just showed off that you forget that you're back in a traditional headspace and can actually take your time to grab power-ups. That's basically what happened there. Forgot that I was allowed to slow down. So. Oh, okay. Let's concentrate and not make a total wash out of this. Cute little music box. Give the icicles a bit of breathing space before we proceed. I definitely see there are some opportunities to manipulate the pacing of the level. I should have gone for that 10 coin actually, since you put it there. Do both tracks, just to see what happens. Fry some squid. And... ooh. Spin jump on top of these guys maybe and see where they take me. Oh, okay, propeller. Okay, that's maybe a slightly chaotic on my part, but I see the point of Fire Flower, though, to clear the ice and give myself a little more reliability. I could see a potential issue there being what happens if you grab the propeller suit and then lose it, because it doesn't seem like you dispense more than one. But let's try not to lose the propeller suit. Okay. I really am tempted to go right and break that, but it seems like you have left plenty of space. Terminator, I actually found, especially when finishing it a second time, that once I figured out how to kind of fix my pacing, that it was fine. I think it's not very obvious to most players that jumping will actually give you a bit of a speed gain. It's just one of those things where, you know, if there's a way for the level to kind of teach that with an earlier timing, that would be great. But again, it's one of those mechanics things with Mario Maker where you never know what people actually understand about mechanics in terms of what gets you going a little faster, right? But I do like having it set up in such a way that I have to figure that out myself instead of relying on things like jump indicators. Okay, so we will be able to get 4 keys, and they are all after the checkpoint, so there will not be any key death issues. That will be nice to know. Whoops. But yeah, in terms of the difficulty balance, I think it ramps up quite well, and I think the Thwomp segment in the first zone, Terminator, is actually kind of a nice little relaxing catch-up zone in some ways. A future attempt, I am going to try to grab all coins in this. But probably not on this attempt. Surprisingly difficult to get around a muncher pattern. But now that we see how the tracks work, should be fine. If I'd kept the propeller suit, that would have broken this fairly quickly, I think. And so in terms of a speed route, this level seems very open to some speedy play. Not really showing that off at the moment, but... Okay, so we need to not get squashed there. Probably go around and twirl on the left side. That muncher definitely giving me a little bit of trouble. Oops. The time pressure from the lava scroll seems pretty relaxed, at least. Wow, okay. Fairly tight track there. Okay, bonus road. And let's drop back in. Can't actually hit the top of the flagpole, though, it seems. Only up to 4,000 points, which I guess aesthetically looks kind of nice, but is a bit of a block. Okay, no, that was nice, though. I mean, the timing on the snake block segment was definitely something that took some reading in terms of getting around the higher munchers, but generally, you know, fairly focused level around that concept. So thank you for the GG and for the level, student Trevor Davies. You are welcome to submit more. Very short queue today. Jesus. As usual, Jesus has left us. Abandoned us. To the perils of our own humanity. So we will go next. Alright, let's take a look at another one from Terminator. WBV UIG. See what this is. Okay, this is going to be another speedy one. 32-second record. 12 clears. Oh, slightly more generous difficulty than the previous one. Wow, this one was actually just from earlier this week, so I guess you've been turning them out fairly quickly. Mario hears Link is coming to visit and rushes home to avoid him. Because Mario is just that socially awkward. Reach the goal as Fire Mario. Okay, so that's going to be on a timer. And at the end of the P-switch, the swords fall down. Okay. Okay, no, I see what I'm supposed to do there. I was just slow. As far as some clear condition levels go, it's nice to have some that are very manageable pace, so you can have very quick restarts. Whoop, there goes the Fire Flower. I missed the clear condition, but let's try to figure out some of the timing here. And, okay, so something goes on with a shell, right? Or, no, that gives you enough height. Oh, I see, okay. So you need to run over quickly enough for the swords to spawn on the lower level. Well, I mean, it is a speed level, so... have to pretty much get this on the first try. That's going to be too slow. And I should be jumping probably off the blue blocks anyway for the extra height. Not entirely clear to me there. But I think it is definitely a speed issue where I want the upper swords to drop down, right? Okay, that's definitely something that you have to see before you... Oh boy. That was a miss. Okay, before I do anything, I am going to try to figure out what the jump distance should be here. Won't be that. It will probably have to be from the lower segment. Okay, so I just need to be fast. Wait, no, I'm missing the key door entirely. Okay, okay, no. What am I doing? That's a key door exit. Okay, that was maybe not obvious to me. I mean, I guess the distance here is set up just so it would be a little out. And it is a... I just didn't notice the key, though. That's very much my fault. But definitely... Yeah, okay. Alright, just need to stay on top of that door, then. After I get the switch interaction taken care of. Also a fairly tight timer, so I can't really goof around too much with Boom Boom. Okay, through the door we go. No, where are we going here? We need to... Okay, let's... We need to destroy the shell. There's a spike here. I see, okay. We get the key, and we need to do that quickly before the P-switch. Oh, right, green shell, okay. Did I actually know that interaction between the... Whoops. Green shell and a spike? I'm not sure I did. Lost a flower, but we will go forward anyway just to take a look at this properly. Yeah, Stello, welcome back. Sorry, we did have to skip you earlier from no longer seeing you on the stream, but I will hopefully get to yours very soon. Because this is the last one right now from somebody who is present, I believe. Person ahead of you is also a no-show. Okay. Not sure I'm reading this properly. Green shell is not going to die on that spike. Oh, you know what? I have a fire flower. What am I doing? But I was testing the room without the fire flower, and that was the issue. Okay. Still got quite a fair bit of Guo content left, I think. Okay, so this will be a cloud segment. Fly accurately, I hope. And 12 seconds. Okay, so this is just a maze where you avoid the bumper. Left side. Drop in accurately. And mind these guys at the end. Okay. Okay. That can be done. Feel like we're fairly close. No, we will need the flower. Nope. So yeah, Stella, usually for somebody who is not present when they are called, I'll usually just bump them back one spot and a second call, but the levels just now just all went much faster than I expected, so thank you for the resubmission. No, getting a little too impatient here on something that should be very simple. The flight segment at the end is really the only bit I'm kind of worried about. Okay, so that just didn't land on the spring properly. I don't know if that was something under my control or not, but we'll have to take a look. Boom Boom is fairly manageable, at least. "25 seconds coming into this zone. 22 seconds coming into this zone. Okay. This will be a bit of a D-pad test. 7 seconds left. We will take our time. And that is complete. 2 seconds left, so about 6 seconds off from world record, but, you know, I'd rather actually beat this thing. Once again, thank you for the submission. I believe Jesus has still deserted us. Yeah, level's fine. Very quick and simple to grasp. I mean, the only thing was that the segment with the on-off switch kind of threw me off because I thought it was opening a passage for me to get through, but that was just me totally misreading the level and not seeing that there was a key door. You might want to put something like a scroll stop wall as protection for that kind of thing, because it's very tempting to just try to jump over to the next zone and break everything. But, you know, and it's nice that we have scroll stop as a tool now to kind of make those things clear. But that was more my problem for not reading the key door. Because, you know, with levels that have key doors, unless it's kind of explicitly signaled with something like a key and a track that's used as a diagram, sometimes, you know, you don't know where the key is going to be until you see it, right? Like, it's very clear if it's something like the Green Koopa. Maybe it's not so clear if it's something like the Piranha Plant that you hit with a shell. But, yeah, overall, you know, good design. So, I'm going to remove Jesus. And did Stello seriously just drop a code and tap out again? I think they might have. Well, they're clearly kind of blinking in and out and probably swapping streams, so I'll at least take a look at the code and see what it is, since I think the queue is otherwise clear for now. Okay, puzzle level with 1 clear. I played one of their previous puzzle levels as well, so trying to remember who this was. Oh, maybe not. Thought I had. Unless something was just kind of re-uploaded. Yeah, I'll take a look anyway, at least briefly. And want to submit me more? You're welcome to do so, because, you know, quiet day today. I'll at least take a look at this one, though. They seem to be kind of dropping in and out. Oops. Okay, so Muncher block on that. I mean, not much to do except explore. Got something that floats down. Key door. Okay, so far we have 2 pipes, 1 Muncher blocked pipe, key door, checkpoint. Okay, interesting. Oh, checkpoint gives you a flower. Don't see that as useful yet, but let's see what's going on. We will need an on-off switch for this, unless we just pass into this pipe. Okay. How will get you through the Muncher door? Let's do that. Oh, I see. Okay, on-off switch, that's what it's for. That segment. This is a one-way door. That's a bonus room. Okay. So, no more access to the fire flower since we've already hit checkpoint. But we have not seen this door. Clear? Good clear? Hello, Merlin. Thank you for the submission. You are the first one in queue right now, and I think actually the person who submitted me this puzzle level might have stepped out. So I will actually get to yours pretty much right away. Okay. Needed a POW block for this guy. It's going alright. We had some sound problems earlier today, but hopefully those have been fixed. Lucas, thank you. For Wiggler Castle. We'll hopefully get to both of you very shortly. As I said before, I think the person who submitted this one to me had actually just left, so I'm not going to stay with this beyond this attempt, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coins. And probably just through the locked door at the very beginning. Let's grab another POW. Yeah, thank you. We've been changing a few things about the sound setup here, and we lost game sounds earlier today on a stream, and I don't quite know what the issue was, but if anything like that comes up, you should let me know. So I can fix it. Let's get this guy out of the way. Hey, good. I'm glad everything's working. Seems like kind of a part Metroidvania part puzzle level in a way. There's a bit of power-up progression here and there. And some kind of on-off segment. Okay, just coin challenges all over, I guess. Alright, I'm going to remove this one for now and get to the people who are in fact here. Yeah, thank you for the good luck. 1-1, Piranha Plant Mountain. Started Christmas Eve 2019, so, or it could be Christmas Day your time. And so first level of a longer game, I would assume. And if you like exploring, which I do, you can find some lives and coins on your way. So let's do that. Oh, well, hut here. Yeah, nice to actually play kind of a more relaxing traditional level again. We have not seen very many of those lately. Yep. Got the bonus coin. I like that you've tried to make the corners of the pipes nice and neat. Whoops. Run into that. A lot of thought to the decoration here. Okay, let's grab this carefully. See what's down here. Moles. Lots of moles. And a checkpoint up ahead. Okay. And another segment down there with plenty of vegetation. Let's see what that's all about. I think I can find a way down there yet. Oh, I guess it's just decoration. Okay. Nice to have decoration. And let's do that. Grab the power of fire, lose the power of fire. Oh, I guess I missed the opportunity to get up there. Maybe if we respawn it. Quite a lot going on a mountain. Okay, so we totally can get up there. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, I think with traditional levels, definitely decoration is something that can stand out. Oh, let's give that another try. Okay, up the mountain. Yay! Yeah, lots of optional content in a level like this. I'm quite happy to run around and explore. Whoa! I did see that coming. I was quite careless. Okay, I'll just skip the ones that I've done already. The bonus content. Progressive power-up. No, I don't think it's unfair at all, actually. You know that spike balls are coming when you are climbing the mountain. You already know that's happening. And here, you even have a little bit of headroom to safely see the balls come overhead. I think it's actually perfectly fair. I just got hit, that's all. Oh, whoops. Yeah, the pipe spawn feels like maybe it's a bit of a surprise, but that's okay. Okay, so this is if I keep the fire flower, which I didn't. But if I kept the fire flower, that would be an extra couple of coins right there. Yeah, originally I thought you had a spike up top, but I guess you actually just had one spike ball spawn at the end of that screen. So yeah, if you run back and forth a lot, that will come back. But, you know, normally if I see a spike ball roll down like that, I would assume that there's a spike throwing it, and I would watch out for more, so... Okay, thank you for the submission. I hope I found most of the secrets. I did miss the reward at the end for keeping the fire flower, but that's what happens when I am a little bit sloppy in the playing. But thank you for the submission. You are quite welcome to stick around and give me some more. Once I mark the level. Okay. Lucas BR, you are definitely here. So I will put in your code.
Sploosh.
Thank you for the follow. And I hope to see you back. Wiggler Castle. Caterpillars also build their castles. Lucas BR from Canada. 3-minute world record, but not a lot of plays so far, so let's go exploring. Okay, pretty generous about that poison level. Actually kind of nice, the sort of modest sense of threat, but plenty of opportunities to dodge things. Whoop. That was just me missing the up input, which is rather frightful. Yeah. I mean, at first it looks like the headroom here is rather narrow, but there actually is just enough space that I feel like I have room to move and dodge things, so that's nice. Doesn't feel like I'm constantly bumping my head or anything. Yeah, maybe the top left corner there feels like it's a little tight to play around, but that's partly because I was trapping the Wiggler in place that time, so that's somewhat on me. Okay, let's go in. A lot of bones from whatever the Wigglers consumed in their previous meal. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. I was not really respecting the auto-scroll boundary there. But yeah, that tells me that I should not get on that Wiggler too soon anyway, because the Wiggler on the track will in fact outpace the auto-scroll slightly. So the first time you see it, it's just to let you know it's there. Very easy to get impatient when you play a lot of these. I should just not bop that guy and let him get out of my way. Okay. There we go. And I forgot my own advice there. Definitely very tempting to land on that as soon as you see it coming on track. There's a bit of pressure to go right, but that's just one of the challenges to play around with auto-scroll, I guess, is just to know when not to hug the boundary too tightly. Lead this guy back. That will probably be the better way to do it. Yeah, lead him back. Give myself plenty of space to read this segment. But yeah, that's something that you can plan and strategize around as you learn the level. Which is nice. Have to give the Wigglers a little bit of room. That's very much trick to doing any of this. Shouldn't have trapped both of them on that side, I think. Interesting that the Wiggler and Poison interaction is actually not the same as what it is in Mario games. I believe in the NSMB series, there are levels where the Wigglers survive the poison and carry you around, so that's actually one little minor modification in the Maker rules. Try to trap these guys. There we go. Okay, trapping that guy was maybe a little too ambitious there. Seems like that's the way to do it. Lead them to the edge. Lead this guy back. And... Dive Gamer! Whatever submission that was, it seems like I already beat it. But you are quite welcome to give me something else. Yeah, I don't know if you were here for when I completed that. You definitely would have been here when I started it. I think, but don't know if you stayed to watch it. But I do keep VODs of the viewer level streams up. I do kind of cut the fluff around the edges and upload them usually within a few days. So if you ever missed a clear on one of your own submissions, you can come back and find it. Alright, let's see what's going on down here. In Wiggler Castle. Okay, there's a key. Makes me wonder, in fact, if I missed something crucial in the top right segment earlier. But no, just one key. Yeah, you know, I haven't submitted viewer levels in a while, but back when I was doing it, I started just keeping a spreadsheet. Like I just opened up Google Sheets and kept a table of, okay, here's who has seen my level and here's who failed to clear the levels. I know which ones people have been having trouble with as well. And I found that to be a big time saver when it comes to submitting codes. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, I totally understand that if you have a new level that you are playtesting, you might be submitting it to dozens of people, and that is what happens. Okay, 20-second speedrun Lava Hopping 2. We'll hopefully get to that soon. And you will actually be next right after this. Because we've had a bit of a short patch in the queue. So. Here's the key. And let's move on. Get rid of that guy. Oh. And grab this one. You can kill by slipping on the ramps. Yeah, that's true. That's a very short slope to work with, but that is a good observation. I sometimes don't think about that. Okay, so I missed a... Oh, that's not a bonus route. That's just a wiggler. Okay. Sometimes I see a pipe like that and I think, oh, okay, I guess I missed a secret pathway. But that's the kind of thing you learn the hard way. And you know, sometimes it might not pay off to kill the wigglers anyway, unless you know that you can control the spawning of the next one. Like I did there by squatting on top of that pipe, but I think sometimes it actually might make sense to leave them alive so you don't need to deal with the pipe spawn timing. But we'll see, we'll see. It's true that I often forget about sliding on the gentle slopes. Okay, let's make it past the firebar segment cleanly. control that spawn. Sure, let's do it that way. Yeah, the timings here all feel, you know, pretty fair and relaxed. Definitely in tune with what I would normally expect of a clear rate that high. So, it was around 7 or 8%? Yeah, definitely feels like it. Traditional level where you still have to do stuff, that's usually what I expect from something in the 5 to 10% range, which is actually a very comfortable range, I think, for this style of level. As you can kind of take your time and process what's going on, but you still need to execute things cleanly. Like here. Okay. Nope, okay. Can't just rush that guy and... Well, I mean, theoretically I could maybe rush over to the door, but I don't know if I actually want to do it that way. Sure, let's grab the coin. Kenzie! Thank you for the submission. You will surprisingly be the first troll level today. I usually get tons of trolls on this stream for some reason. But today, not much competition there. Oh, nope. Rather poor judgment. Rather poor judgment again. I probably should have seen that that bar would be safe. How lucky are you today? Well, we will see. Whoops. Messed that up rather quickly. I like the alternate pathway setup, though. Even though I'm not doing a very good job of showing that off. But that you have a top and bottom track at all times, and also the flexibility to switch between them and find a pattern that works for the player. Yeah, that ceiling in the last room was maybe a bit lower than it looked. Oh, let's try to read ahead a little more carefully. That room is really not hard. It's a bit of impatience on my part. But level on the whole actually feels pretty relaxed. Nope. Misread my headroom there. No, okay, I actually do not have enough room there. Okay. Now we know. Rather sloppy damage boost on my part, but we made it. Don't know if I want to take the bottom segment here. Okay, let's get out of here right away. And yeah, definitely not doing this the fast way, but it is still nice to know that faster methods exist. Adds a little bit of replayability. Okay. Going a little better all around this time. And let's move on. bonus coin. As we head down to the depths of Wiggler Castle. That will be a Wiggler spawn, I'm sure. And we'll have a bit of a chase sequence. Slow motion Wiggler chase. That looks like it's another spawn, so we'll just camp it for a bit. Camp it, camp it, camp it. Oh, there's another spawn. Let's take a look up here. Since we have the time and the flexibility to do so. Okay. 1-ups for endless mode, which will serve us very well, I'm sure. Hello, Merlin. Welcome back. We have some other levels queued ahead, but you are welcome to submit another one. And thank you, Lucas, for that one. Okay, Dive Gamer, you will be next. RQ F. Thank you for 1-2, Merlin, of your continuing adventure. Lava hopping 2. I'm just going to remind myself what I cleared previously. I do remember beating your level the other day. That's right. Beat lava hopping 3. Okay. Just give me a minute. Very quick water break for me. And if anybody drops by, let them know. But I'll be quick and be back in a minute or two. Okay, we are back. The Dive Gamer, I do remember enjoying the previous one that you sent, so this one has a world record of 0.3 under the timer, which actually tells me that things should be quite reliable at this clear rate. I remember the previous one feeling rather crisp. Red Hot Lava Hop. Black Lot Cannons Drop. Quick Rock Timer Short. I probably won't remember what it said. I will remember that it briefly rhymed. Oh, should have done a high bounce there. Was expecting platforms to run off of, not a bounce. But now we know. No, a little bit off there and somehow managed to survive. Despite being slightly away from the indicators. it is a cool thumbnail. Clearly a lot of work put into those. Okay, I just came a little ahead there. Whoops. Jumping a little early. And there we are. The Legend Roger, welcome back. And thank you for the submission. Mark that as a win. That is, yeah, fairly, in fact, crisp and precise enough that I was exactly on the world record on the dot, as I imagine a lot of players would be. So, thank you for that submission, Dive Gamer. Your contribution to Super Mario Maker 2's well-known problem with 20-second speedrun spam is totally forgiven. And thank you for the GG. Just a moment while I load up the indicator of who's in chat. Okay, Chenzi, you are up next. Yeah, look at all this 888 and 3880. Just needs 8 more players who do not like it. Which is not a suggestion, but... Chenzi, you are up. 5BY, GTR, JSF, from what I am told is a troll level. Okay, uploaded today. Version 0.2, so I expect to break all sorts of things that will give you useful debugging information. Like the little snowman in the title image, if that's what it is. Little jump block button. Just chill, bro. Alright, let's chill. Okay. I mean, definitely not chilling in the sense of waiting for certain triggers to pop, but we'll try to get ahead of this segment. And let's see what breaks the scroll stop. Okay, so that's not going to beat away. To maybe not get so close to the bomb switch. Let's just chill. Okay, here we go. How's my day? My day's going fine. How is yours? Okay, so we just need to chill. Let's maybe stand on that spot. Or possibly even go down to pipe and get back in. Because the bombs are going to blow something up. Nope, can't stay there. Well, we'll try to dodge that and see what happens. There is rather clearly a thwomp switch going on. Okay. I'm gonna blow something up and see if that resets. Oh no, actually that would just reset to P. Let's let that P switch expire. Except going through the pipe actually resets the timer on a P, doesn't it? And prolongs it. We might need to let that elapse a bit, and then we still need to think about what's going to break that thing on the right. We're not actually losing any time on a P switch here, I think, so that's not going to be the method. At all parts in question, just remember to chill, bro. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like standing still would trigger something in terms of a fish bones coming down and off a track probably and hitting me in the face. So let's chill. Let's just chill. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. Are we going to respawn now? Okay, chill, chill, chill. Chill, chill, chill. Nope, probably should have just stayed there a bit longer. Or, alternatively, how we'll do it. I'm going to take that as a... No, it's not a run speed indicator. Or a run speed trigger, rather. It does look like we just have to hang on and dodge the fish. Dodge the fish, dodge the fish. See if anything happens. Okay. That was something track-based. Okay. Looks like the arrows kind of work as intended. Okay, that was not something we saw last time. Now we know. Oops. Yeah, just so you are aware, I mean, obviously I do play troll levels, but my general rule of thumb with troll levels is that I can't guarantee I will finish them if some of the dead ends or death scenes or soft locks take a little too long. But sometimes I might progress through them in multiple segments. Da-da-da! Okay. We'll tread a little carefully there. And just chill. Yeah, we'll just have to chill. We'll just chill. I mean, it's very much dependent on trusting the off-screen triggers. Okay, so that's going to do something. Or maybe the spiny just naturally enforces that you make your way forward. I need to stop running into that. Okay, that's chill. Now, I don't think the drop position on the spiny here is going to do that much for me, though. Okay, so... Da-da-dum! Da-da-dum! Yay! Yay! So, okay, scroll, stop, break. I don't even think I should check what's in that pipe, then. Okay, so there's going to be some kind of on-off trigger that drops this from under your feet. We don't know what it is. Might be positional. It is positional. So we will just need to wait, I think. And I actually do survive down there, so there is something down there that is being protected by a custom scroll. So it won't be something, I think, like waiting for a bomb track timer. I mean, I guess the entire level is very much about like trusting that things will happen off screen, which does make it kind of impossible to read, but we will just chill and see if we can dodge these one at a time. Chill. Chill, chill, chill. Go. Okay, so that was a timed bomb trigger from spawning the Podoboo that pops up in a certain square and triggers the bomb. So, I'm going to read these snowmen, take them seriously. Chill, chill, chill. See if there's any kind of track timer that hits the thwomp up top. Doesn't appear so, but this looks like it drops you onto something when I trigger it. I don't die right away, so. Looks like a conveyor sends me right. And there's a pit to the right, so I should not run off of that. But it definitely looks like a belt is delivering me to that particular square. Okay, let's hang around. Now I know you marked this as version 0.2, so I hope things are working as intended so far. I don't think I've found anything that seems very unintentionally broken. Almost wonder if that pipe down there gives me some kind of visual clue, as some levels do from time to time, but... Okay, so we know that if we dropped through the dotted line blocks, I get carried next to the custom scroll and probably a conveyor belt to this spot that is right underneath that pipe. So we know the thwomp dies on top, so it's not an on-off switch that we can trigger twice. So we need to figure out a safe jump off of this, I think. I can go left, it'll just deliver me back to that spot. It doesn't seem like... Oh, there's a pipe, okay. Okay, there's a giant switch there. The advice, of course, is to just chill. So although it looks very tempting to hit this, which will trigger this block here, give me access to the door and knock out this blaster, I assume that's not what will in fact happen. We should maybe see what will happen, but there doesn't look like much else I can do here. Okay, fairly simple. Oh, except I should have chilled there and waited for the scroll lock to break on the other side, shouldn't I? Okay, so that's how that mechanism works. Just wanted to see it. Clown car, okay. Oh, whoops. Totally forgot to chill. Okay, let's just hang around. Wait for that guy to drop. Give me a bit of headroom to proceed. Wait for this. Whoops. Okay, but I do need to hug the wall to get that within 4 squares. So, I have to go right up to the end. The version is really 0.21, okay. That's fine, I forgive that. Minor lapse in judgment when it comes to versioning numbers. I know that there are some kind of conventional industry standards for that sort of thing, but that Mario Maker tends to be fairly relaxed about versioning anyway. SMH. It said 0.21 and your chat flagged it as a link. Oh, okay, I see. Huh, interesting. Yeah, the spam protection works as intended most of the time. Jan or Yan828, welcome to the stream. Okay, we know how to do this. Oh, whoops. Too much momentum going right. There is a pit to the right at the bottom. I just need to fall carefully and let the conveyor take me to the safe location. The longest level in Mario Maker. Okay. We'll see about that. Yep. Let's tap some of these. Spawn that. Get out of the blast zone. Whoop. Spikes to the right. Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, it is a depth zone. In fact, if I were able to re-enter that pipe, I would have seen that, I'm sure, because of the custom scroll and how it works with spawn locations, but don't think I could re-enter. Oh, nope, totally forgot about this guy. Oh, we made it. Wait for the bomb, wait for the bomb. Okay, let's take this cautiously. And enter the hidden pipe. So, if I recall, just need to reposition. Due to the scroll lock trickery that goes on in this level, I feel like I should just kind of wait for that to trigger somehow, but it is not doing that. I almost wonder if hitting the switch second time would do anything. Okay, that's interesting. But in any case, the clown car does get pushed. I probably should just go through that door, but let's see. Okay, there is a left and there is a right. And nothing to do except a bit of trial and error there. Thankfully, fairly quick to get back to where we were. I think control levels that have a lot of those trial and error pick a path segments do benefit from having a quick recovery. Okay. Red pipe is CP1. Interesting. Okay. Probably just missed something then. Whoops. Should have, in fact, thought about riding that blaster a little further. Given that there's plenty of room for the clown car to move past that point. Oh, whoops, too fast. Have to not forget things like that. Pipe that I don't go in. Oh, okay, okay. I assumed that was some kind of trap. But yeah, sure. Let's check that. Levels like these, you just never know if you should be following instructions. Okay, well, we now know where the thwomp switch is. Let's wait for this. Okay. And let's... Didn't know what you meant, actually. That's okay. See if there's anything up here. Nope. Let's... Okay, so we know left side is death. Gives you an awe. Right side also gives you an awe. Let's just try to fall in. Something down there for sure. We should actually jump in, not fall in. Yeah, probably won't stay on this too long, unfortunately. I mean, I know that it is quite beatable if I just chill, but just chilling does add a fair bit to the running time. But we'll see how far we can get, because we are kind of progressing room by room. Yeah, just chill. Whoops. Whoops. Was watching chat. Well, I mean, everybody seems to have a very different approach to troll levels in terms of what they think the player will expect, depending on whether the player is somebody who normally plays trolls, right? So I don't think there really is a normal thing that happens. It's really just whether the creator is just trying to play against normal expectations or trollish expectations, and that can be very difficult to tell sometimes. which is why everything just kind of feels like a blind guess. You know, it will be one or the other. Either it works or it doesn't. Part here, I did kind of try waiting here already, and that didn't seem to do much, although that's a very conspicuous looking spot. Quite possibly, no, I already did try going through this door again, and that is a squish death. That's an awe. That's an awe. Oh, I see something moving on the right side. Got some fire. Let's see what else that blows up. Okay. Aw. And then that spits you over to something else that uses the custom scroll. But you told me to chill. Okay. Key door up there. I'm not going to go through here yet. I'm going to go through here. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay. So we know what that interaction is now. Yep, I just need to not die to that fish, but I'm going to check that spot one more time when I get back there. Because we know that takes out the Thwomp switch. Okay. Have to remember to avoid that thing. Let's get ourselves back over here. Well, definitely an exercise in patience. Let's just hang around. See what happens. Yeah, Merlin, I do not enforce a strict timer. Usually I start calling it within, say, 20 to 30 minutes if a level seems like a particularly long grind. But sometimes I have to be flexible about that, just due to certain level styles needing a little bit more time. But thank you for the suggestion. I'm still trying to kind of refine some of these stream policies to see what works for people, so... Okay. I don't know if I trust this door. Sure. Okay. That puts you on top of a pipe? Well, let's see what this is. And that lifts you up. And that's a trap. Okay, it feels like we're reasonably close to the end, though, so I think that door in general was just a mistake. Or we could just let the clown car float and get past that. Okay. Yeah, Merlin, I think you're next anyway, and we'll get to you fairly quickly. So. Whoops. Sorry, I was watching chat there. Yeah, I could tell I was in the final room. So yeah, as far as timing goes, I'll usually kind of make some adjustments depending on the difficulty of the levels we receive. Sometimes we receive some that are very quick, that are over in, you know, 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes we have some that take about half an hour. I find that in the past, I've been averaging about 3 or 4 levels an hour. And so... usually we get to everybody who is able to stay kind of around that average. Well, given the advice that I received about CP1 earlier, by which you meant to start, we'll see if I follow that advice. Although, yeah, the clown car does kind of bounce you like crazy. And regardless... Okay. Let's check this door again. Oh. Haven't checked... Oh, I see. That's a one-way panel anyway that blocks that door. In case you did not get the key. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it totally bumps you. On cars can be a bit strange that way. Well, we're going to try that, but if we don't get that very quickly, I will probably call it on this. But I do see what's supposed to go on there. Okay. Check that pipe where the muncher is at. Possibly. I mean, if this is one of those long dead ends, then we'll see what's going on. Yeah, Stello, thank you for coming back. We did give the psych ward a very quick look earlier. And I marked it as something I would be willing to come back to. You are here. Hopefully we will actually catch each other at some point. But yeah, saw the first few rooms in the psych ward. Okay, let's nuke that. I doubt it's this pipe, but we could maybe check that on a later run. Yeah, let's try to get on that platform and see if anything different happens. I kind of doubt it will. One-way panel there. And that sends you sailing. Okay. Got a claw there. That looks like a platform under there, though, like a POW block or something that I can land on. But I have to go quickly. Okay. We know what that is, so let's give that at least one more attempt. It's okay. I think we will stay with the path that we have currently found. We'll just do it a little faster, despite the advice throughout the level to just chill. But we will hopefully be through this quite soon. There we go. Okay. One more kick at the can. Hi, Strike Down. Welcome to the stream. We'll still be going for a while, so submissions are still open. You might want to put a dash in that code. I mean, I can read it, but bot can't read it. Geometry dash, too. Okay. Looking forward to it. Geometry dash where you don't press right. Alright, stick around. We'll hopefully get to it soon. A couple submissions back, but... Okay. So, yeah. I mean, if I looked at that carefully, or had a time to read it, I could probably see that there wasn't a safe landing zone there, but... Yeah, I always do check if people are online. I have had to remove a few people today already. People are generally quite good about interacting in chat if they are the makers, so... This one is actually the only troll level we've received today so far, so I don't mind having sat through it. Given that we got through some levels actually really quickly earlier in the day. But we'll be hopefully back to some breezy ones just as a change of pace fairly soon. Yeah, I try to keep things bearable for the people who are in fact waiting. This one I'm really just going to look at that last set of jumps that we've progressed on, and if that doesn't seem to take us anywhere, I may just postpone it. So, Strike Down, usually what I will do on this stream is, if levels are kind of taking me past the half-hour mark, but we feel like we're progressing, I'll just finish it in a second session and allow the maker to resubmit. Because then at least I can get through some people. I may be quite close to doing that here, but we will look at that last set of jumps at least, since that is the limit of our progression. Bit of a long hike to get back there, but... Oh, yeah. Okay, that was probably silly, so we'll give this one more attempt. And to those who are sticking around to be played, thank you for your patience. Yeah, I know I'm so close, but, you know, that's sunk cost fallacy talking. With these levels, you always feel like you're just one or two obstacles away. And when you make mistakes like that, that could stick you there for an extra few minutes, so... I'm going to try to at least make a fair attempt on that last sequence of jumps. And if there's something like, you know, a troll at the exit gate or something, I actually will stop for now and come back to this later. Because I'm not going to do too much trial and error beyond this point. Uno Mas contraption, yeah, I've seen some Uno Mas levels, so we'll see if I can deal with that. If I can't, I will actually postpone this, but I am willing to come back and finish it later. I just don't want to keep people waiting for too long. Okay, let's let the fish fall. Let's do this properly. Did I play the original Geometry Dash? I think I might have. I remember the name. I've played so much stuff at this point. Yeah, I'm not going to redo this part. Okay, so Genji, I know I'm very, very close. You are welcome to resubmit this code. You are welcome to resubmit it even today if you want, but I don't want to keep people waiting for too much longer. And it seems like I'm replaying up to this segment quite a bit. So thank you for the submission. I am willing to come back to this. Okay, Merlin, thank you for your patience. Let's take a look at 1-2. Yeah, first clear is still up for grabs, and it's so very juicy and up for the taking, but I will have to come back to this later. If any of you want to snipe the first clear, you have already seen how most of that level goes. 2Y, 7, 8, the Y, V, and G. I just check the state of the queue briefly. And this should be quick if it's anything like the last one, so... Yeah, Strike Down, you are actually not that far back because we have 2 offliners ahead of you. Who may or may not still be here. So, yeah, Merlin, I do know you are here. And, yeah, thank you for the second submission and for staying around so long. Okay. This is the second level in a series that we started earlier today, which kind of Piranha themed. Being a 1-2 level, it is of course underground. Nope, can't dive in here. Looks like these markers are telling me the pit is death. But of course, after playing a troll level for a while, you kind of need to relearn how to read all this stuff. Looks like a bonus route up here. Whoops. Not quite enough jump height for me, though. Now, the Legend Roger, I believe you will be after this one. And we will see what you were saying about your donut blocks. Okay. Maybe something up there. But with the Piranha placement, it looks like I probably won't be able to do much. At least not without more of a damage buffer. Being a traditional level, it doesn't really require you to take damage anyway, so... Nice to grab that little 30 coin. Let's not fall in the pit. And see what this is all about. Whoops. Okay, grab the spring, come back with a spring. Well, we'll see, Legend Roger, if it lives up to your promise to make me rage. I rage a lot more at this game when I'm not playing on stream or in front of people. That's all I'll say about that. For viewer levels, though, things are generally pretty chill around here. Let's grab that spring and make our way up. Okay, pretty relaxing. I like that corner on the pipe. Yep, just a lot of attention to aesthetics as before. Oh, there's another spike trap. I see it. It actually does come out of the pipe this time. That is familiar to us from 1-1 in this series. Upper path. Don't quite see if I can make it there, though. I think I can. Let's just take the standard route. Ah, okay. Little death marker down there. Oh, let's not fall on that. let's see if we can make that jump. Oops. Perhaps without holding the up button. Let's not die on this guy. That would be a shame. Yeah, actually kind of a nice relaxing layout. Just enough headroom to jump around flexibly. I see, I'm only just now noticing those arrow indicators telling you to avoid the spike balls. Okay, can't grab that, but we'll see where it takes you. Ah, okay. Got a one-up spot over there. Not really seeing how to grab that. My current tools. That does look interesting, though. Oh, okay, no, I see. You just roll the spikes. And in such a way that allows you to launch that on the trampoline. And whoop. Let's try to do it. Don't think I can get enough momentum though, but that would be the way to do the one-up anyhow. We have seen it. It would be nice to do it, but we have seen it. Let's try to take this with us. No. Okay. Let's just try to go up with this. There we go. We do in fact need it. One up spot over there that we wait for this to break somehow. Probably if you carried another trampoline there. Yeah, Merlin definitely puts a lot of attention into decoration, and you can see, like, it, you know, this is definitely a style level that I think is almost underrated in a way. Like, I think people underestimate just how much interest there is in well-decorated levels that feel traditional. Because it feels like they are kind of underrepresented on things like streams. But I know a lot of players who just absolutely love these, and so I do playtest a lot of them for people. Oh, there you go. Ending screen already. Let's not die to this. Let's fall in. Missed that bonus at the end, but blame a little bit of impatience for that. So, thank you for 1-2, Merlin. And if you are able to stay, or if you are able to come back for another stream, either way, you are welcome to send me more of this series. Thank you for the GGs. Let's move on to what I think will be the Legend Roger. Okay. Boeing 737. R8R. SLG. Yeah, if I need help, I will let you know. I'm usually quite content to figure out most things by myself. This is mega dangerous. You will rage. Play at your own risk. While looking at that bumper pattern, looks like there will definitely be a bit of a bounce trap somewhere here. But 1 minute 31 clear. Surely it can't be that mega dangerous, but who knows? Maybe we are wrong. One clear so far. On this one. Bum, 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 bum. 500-second timer. Let's go around and see what we can see. Oh, whoops. Not like that. But I just want to scout ahead a bit. See what's going on here. Okay, so that will be kind of a maze. takes you down to that door. Door takes you to Boom Boom. Boom Boom takes you to the pipe, and okay. Okay. Let's do it. And figure out this pattern. Figure out some kind of method for it. Looks like if we go left there and see what is our safety zone. I don't know if that really gives you any headroom to continue jumping, though. Maybe if we did that from the left side. Except I think if you do that on the left side, you just get shot in the face, so... No, actually, no, there's enough room. Although not a lot of options to get out of that. Okay. Looks like with a good bounce timing, you could probably go up the left. Hard to tell. Stand in the middle, jump on a bullet that came down from left. Let's see. Maybe. That seems like a somewhat tight timing there. But we will see. Yeah, I'm sure the Boom Boom fight is easy. A lot of Boom Boom fights are. And thank you, Merlin, for 1-3. I hope you're able to stay for it. Okay, so this one on the right gives me a fair bit of clearance. I need to not bounce on it, though. I feel like that is my best bet. Is to take the one from this and the one from this. But I need some room to fall on it. Okay, high bounce on that might actually do the trick. Hanging left a little too much there, but I think that might actually be the method. If I can center my position. In fact, just going fast might do something for me here, given those bounces we saw just now. Stand in middle cannon and take the down right bullet to get up, maybe. Di Auditore, thank you for your submission. Life isn't always black or white. 3 different strategies for the cannon. Yeah, we'll figure something out. We will figure out something that works. Like that. Okay, let's bounce. Let's maybe scroll that well off screen first. That's not firing. I'm sure this is the part that you said would make me rage. I actually don't find it too unreasonable. I mean, if it takes me 400 seconds, I might find that unreasonable, but so far, I think it's just kind of reading where to take the low bounce and where to take the high bounce. Does not actually seem nearly as bad as I'm sure it looks. Does kind of reset you there, though. Don't want to hang too far left to scroll the red cannons back on screen. Actually, if we are high enough, the red cannons are not an issue. So, oh, that red cannon is an issue from the corner. Okay. Alright. I am glad I'm not going for a speed record on this. But I think there is a method to this madness. Might have to start a bit further left, though. Because I feel like everything's going to push me. I don't really want to have to deal with the cannons, though. Yeah, that's going to push me. go up this column, the second slot there, second slot from the left. Okay. Yeah, no, this is all about reading the pattern. Finding a somewhat reliable path. Don't really like having to deal with those cannons so close, though, but, whoa. I'm actually bopping those rather reliably. So. Okay. Just need to fall in at a certain timing, and we need to find out reliably what that timing is. But I think we can do that. So that will be my strategy. Get in there, fall in. Get in there, fire, fall in. It's slow, but the timing window is extremely tight, so for this method. Looks like there probably is a way to just do this fast. Okay. Nope. Okay. Was trying some kind of speed method that time, and that was evidently not the way. Very tempting, though, to do short bounce off the first one, high bounce off the second one. Nope, not enough room. It would actually be fairly satisfying if this segment just gave you a very smooth and reliable path that you could execute very, very reliably. And maybe that exists, but I have not found that yet. But in order to deal with the bounce segment later, we will need a reliable method here. Fire? Fire? Nope. Bit too soon. Yeah, I don't think this is quite the kind of level where you need to check if somebody is of legal drinking age. But I can understand why you asked. So yeah, no need to get too personal about it, but we'll see. If we really have trouble with the early obstacles, I won't stay on this for too long, but this is very much about finding a method. Unless, of course, you just spent hours and hours on the clear check to try to do this yourself, in which case, maybe there isn't a reliable method, but 1 minute 30 on the only clear, though. Like, clearly that person who beat this knows something I don't. Okay. That was almost the right idea, but the wrong timing. Yeah. By donuts, do you mean the bounce pass to the right? Yeah. Oh, okay. No. Because, you know, in Mario terminology, usually when people talk about donuts, they mean the timed blocks that drop, simply because back in SMB3, the manual called them donut blocks. Then... Oh, you know what? That's a fairly clear shot on that jump. Okay, I just need to go a little earlier than that, then I can actually make that. Without too much trouble. Yeah, I see now that when you talk about donuts, you mean the toroids over here, which were introduced in Super Mario Maker 1. Okay, we do in fact have a method for the first segment now, and it's actually much simpler than everything I was doing. So let's find a method for this. Okay, I feel like the first segment should go down easily from now on, though. Hello, the fourth. The Roman fourth. Unless you are the IV and you have come into the stream intravenously. Do you play our levels? What do you mean, our levels? I don't know if I have seen your levels. But I play viewer levels, yes, if that's what you're asking. Second rung from the top. Not sure what to do about the timing here, though. It's clearly... I need to take advantage of the segment that only has the 2 bounces rather than 3. Bumpers, rather. Bumpers, that's what they're called. Okay. Thank you, the fourth, for Factory of Fire and Ice. Which I imagine is kind of like a song of ice and fire, but with less singing and more industry. Okay. First segment at least is feeling very easy now. I think we just need to do low bounce off the early parts here. Let's do a low bounce as we work our way up. And then on the third rung from the top, just kind of bounce until we get a window of opportunity from the 2 and 2 set rather than the 3 and 3 set. If you guys can see what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'll stick with this one for very long, though, simply because, like, if I can't develop a reliable method, we might just be kind of literally bumping our heads against that for a while. But, as you can see from the first segment, sometimes you can just find a path that will just work. And yeah, keeping absentees in mind, strike down, I think you are next after this. But, I will check the queue to see if that is actually true. And of course, if you want to see your current position, you can type !list. That won't show you who is online, but it will give you a link that will show you the complete queue that has the offline and online indicators. Or you could just, of course, check who is in chat. But sometimes I know Twitch kind of lags behind in displaying that, like that the viewer information is not totally up to date. Okay. Whoops. Falling into that a little too quickly. Okay, let's let that fire. Drop in. You know, I actually wonder if that diagonal cannonball has anything to do with the solution. In terms of giving you enough of a high bounce. Because, like, otherwise I don't see what you should bounce off of in order to get enough height to go up to bumpers, right? Unless you're expecting them to just parry you upwards from the collision between the two pillars. Like, you know, if you kind of get into this middle segment here, second slot from the right, like that. And, okay, let's see the snake block. Okay, so this is just another obstacle that that other person hates, right? Because that seems really very straightforward. Unless it just drops out on me at the last minute. Okay. Alright, so Boom Boom's spawn position is something that we'll need to look out for here. It seems like he might spawn rather close. Let's just be fairly cautious. And we'll make it through. Okay. Do we drop? No, we don't want to drop down that way. We want to drop off the claw and climb our way up, right? And jump over this. Okay. Clearance in this looks like it's going to be kind of touchy, but... Okay, donut blocks up there. Yeah, okay. We'll see if we can do the bumper part reliably, because if it's too fussy to get back to that segment, then I don't know if we will replay it that many times, but I think I have a method for this now. Well, I mean, I hope whichever streamer you made this for enjoyed her time with this. This definitely feels like a very targeted creation. Yeah, I think we've figured out the first part at least. That seems very reliable. And Snake Block segment is easy. Boom Boom segment's very easy, although it's, you know, easy to just kind of mess up if you're being careless. Okay, let's get into the second slot here. The trick to retaining your sanity when doing levels like this is to not believe the creator when they tell you that you will rage. That is hopefully also not true for the viewers. But like I said, I don't intend to stay with this long if I cannot get the bumper method to work the same way consistently. Okay, let's head into the second column here. Oh. Gotta let all this junk on the left fire first. And that's a safe location. Okay, we'll just try to get to the fourth level. Yeah, I don't think we have the method down for this after all, maybe. But I might just be being a little bit sloppy here from mild impatience. So, let me check how long we have been on this one. The Legend Roger. Yeah, we've been on for about 20 minutes. So okay, she'll be playing it on Saturday. Okay. Well, I hope she enjoys it. Let's give the bumper one more go. But if we, because everything after it, it's fairly easy. Up until the tightness on the claw part later on. But if I cannot get the bumpers to behave this time around, I will mark this one as a loss. As, I mean, as you can see from the first segment, you know, even with, like, you can have something like this on the left that looks like a bit of a mess, but then you have a very reliable method that just kind of nails it every time, right? Maybe something like that exists for the bumpers, but I just have not found that yet. And I may want to move on to other levels instead of searching for that method. But I think we have been giving it a fair shot. Now that I'm not getting shot in the face with the cannonballs. But yeah, very, very much about position. You go up the diagonals, you don't get hit in the face with cannonballs, and you try to squeeze your way up the column that is second from the left. Okay, let's get up there. Okay, let's try not to die to the spike on the right. Oh, nope. Jumped a little too defensively here. Okay, one more try. Since we did get the bumper that time. And actually got the bumper quite quickly once I stopped dying to cannonballs. That one does not count. But yeah, we have been on this one for about 20 minutes now, so I will call it soon for those waiting. Okay. Not sure I like the timing on that. If I don't get hit by the cannonballs, though, I think I may, in fact, have a bumper method. Which will be nice, if I can prove that. Okay, wait for this diagonal to come in. Sail our way up. Nope. Quite possibly that was not the way to do that. Did have a method for this part earlier. Okay, if we get shot here, that will be the last attempt for now. We'll hopefully not get shot. We have gotten shot. Okay, thank you for the submission, Legend Roger. I hope that was a useful tech demo for the streamer that you are about to send it to. It's kind of too bad that I may have been very close to the end, but I will move on. I think that was a pretty fair shot to see what worked reliably and what didn't. Yun828, I think, abandoned the stream. And Stello76 has just been dropping in and out all day. So I'm going to bump them back in position, and Strike Down, you should be next. After Strike Down, in terms of people who are online, it should be 1-3 from Merlin, and of course those have been fairly short and manageable levels, so we will hopefully get through this fairly quickly. The Auditory, and the fourth after that. But yeah, that was not really mega dangerous, not really rage-inducing. M.A. Thomas, welcome to the stream. The queue is still very much open. It says 5 people, but there are some offliners there, and occasionally a person who just kind of drops in and out and hopes they collide with me, apparently. MHS X9L Y3G. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, Strike Down. I know that you made your dislike of the previous submission fairly clear, but that's alright. We'll try to give everybody a fair turn. Hope you enjoy my second part of GD. This time you get punished for pressing dash. I don't know if I saw your first geometry dash. It does sound familiar. Let's actually look at the profile. You do love cats. No, I did not do geometry dash. Okay, that's fairly recent. January to 22nd. Okay. So that's why I would not have seen it. In fact, I think most of this profile is new to me despite how popular it is. So I do look forward to this. No clear so far. Let's take a fair crack at it. Don't press forward. M.A. Thomas, thank you for the submission. Don't play this level V2. Okay. I guess that is a very meaningful revision from when you asked people not to play the level the first time around. Okay, so this is a barrier jump level. Okay, yeah. Actually very readable blind from what we are seeing so far. Checkpoint 1, there we go. Oh, okay, that's going to be a vertical positioning exercise. So we will see how cooperative my D-pad is. Now, I don't really see that don't press right is enforced in this segment, so but maybe there's something I'm missing about it. Like some kind of boo trigger or something. But I'm facing right there, and that doesn't appear to do anything, so... I'm not sure how you are enforcing don't press right here, but I'm also not trying it. I would be very happy to just continue sailing like this. Thank you for the compliment, the auditory. We are still working on the audio setup here. We did have some sound problems earlier today that hopefully have been fixed. How do you make things move so fast? It looks like, if I'm understanding the mechanism here, that it might be double speed on a track, or it might be clown car or something. Definitely too fast to be a mole or a boo. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely look right here, because if I were not able to, I would know that right from the start, since you spawn facing the right side. Yeah. Yeah, pretty fun mechanism so far, though. I think, as you could see from the blind run through the first segment, everything there felt extremely readable. Like, I mean, it's a fast-moving level, but you can see what's coming and you can react to it, and I like having that kind of room to react as a player. Okay, a little too short in that jump there, and that's the end of that segment already, so... CP2, here we come. Okay, let's actually try to grab the bonus path this time. I always feel like with levels like this that, you know, are a fairly moderate experience, that when makers put in bonus content, I should do it, or at least try to do it. I think sometimes in Mario Maker, people get a little too obsessed about the clear, and don't quite appreciate everything that goes on in the design, so... Put some bonus coins there that look like they're pretty fair, so... I think it's worthwhile to get them. Goal, here we come, there's no CP2. Oh yeah, I can see why this would be extremely heavy on the entity limit. Lots of saw blades everywhere. Oops, just getting a little too low on the jump there. I'm probably more worried about my headroom than I should be. It's actually quite generous. A high jump will do just fine. In fact, I'm probably just worried mostly about where I'm landing horizontally when I'm calculating my jump height. And the level is actually slightly easier than I expect it to be. So I'm slightly overcompensating. Okay. Oh, nope. I did see what I was supposed to do there, and I had done it before. I just missed. I see the bomb riding on top of the blaster, which I'm sure will trigger the switch mechanism at the very end, as we saw in the first segment. Oh, whoops. Still going a bit low on that jump. It is really not super hard at all. It's just a matter of understanding the concept and adjusting to it. I mean, as you could see, first segment I found extremely readable. This segment I'm losing entirely to mistakes that I know I can avoid. Just from, you know, reading the appropriate jump height at different points in the level. I think in terms of giving you a fair chance to see what is happening, this level is quite fine. Like, I feel like I've got a very flexible amount of space to see what is going on, and that if I'm reacting too late, it is definitely my fault. And I think that's something nice to have for a level in this style. I should really fix that jump. So let's keep going. Yeah, I am quite enjoying this one. Yeah, I can't believe I haven't actually played your profile before. That's what happens when I don't look at the popular lists and the points. Like, there are actually so many good makers that I feel like, you know, it's very easy to miss makers even if they're fairly popular. Lots of good makers that are not popular, of course, and I've been seeing some very good levels from people with almost no plays as well. But this is a very deep game in some ways. There have definitely been times, I think, earlier in Mario Maker 2 when I was wondering if maybe the mechanics had been a little bit tapped out, but when I started doing fewer levels just a few weeks ago, in fact, I found that that was evidently not the case, and that people have lots of ideas that may have been around for a while, which I just haven't seen yet. We really do have to fix that jump where I'm going a little too low, though. There is enough going on in this level that I'm definitely not able to do it by memory or anything. I do have to react to the obstacles as they go, but that's simply... Oh. Because I do just have to read it moment by moment. But I feel like, I mean, we have definitely reached the point where the end of this segment is in sight. And 1 or 2 adjustments should get me there. So, very, very nice difficulty tuning, I'd say. And a nice smooth transition to this segment here, where you have to jump again like you did in the first segment. Like, I don't feel like there's anything there to catch me off guard. It's very clear that, you know, now it's jumping time again. Okay, too low on that one. Thank you for the follow to fourth. Okay. Definitely look at your Geometry-1 as well. See where this mechanic was shown off previously. I have seen a lot of this style of bullet bill enforced auto-scroll. I have seen that before, but you know, there's a lot of room for variation in terms of how the player can interact with it, in terms of what they have to dodge. And yeah, I think it's quite true that the tracks look fairly clean. Sometimes you see levels like this that just have too much going on in terms of tracks that make it difficult to read. This one is very clear that you're using it to make the saw placements very visible. And it has a nice kind of gear or cogwheel aesthetic to it. like the saw blades are turning each other on a belt. And that's kind of nice. Definitely very heavy on the entity budget, though, I can tell. Okay, let's go. Okay. Came in a little high on it for a moment there, but, whoops. We know we can do all this, just a matter of executing it. Yeah, nice timing on the cloud transition here as well. I mean, I guess you definitely designed that landing zone with cloud timing in mind. But the landing zone feels appropriately generous. But you can adjust this segment as necessary. Oh, too high on that jump. Ryukar actually played the first part of your Geometry Dash. Okay. Yeah, I don't always stay caught up on what a lot of the big streamers and YouTubers are doing. I mean, I do appreciate their work and I follow it some of the time, but I play a lot more Mario Maker than I watch it. So sometimes, you know, people are telling me about stuff that's happening in the kind of YouTube meta game in terms of, you know, what Carl is showing off or what Barb is showing off, and I'm not caught up on that stuff at all. Because there's definitely sort of a... There are definitely trends, I think, that go on in the YouTube or big streamer side of SMM2. And those trends sometimes maybe excessively guide what people are making. Because you can tell that there are some people who really do try to, you know, bend their designs around what they think will get them noticed on certain big streams. And alright, that's legitimate, but definitely not the only approach to this game by any means. And I see some other communities that are very much the opposite of that, that are very, like, die-hard traditional. That's fine, too. I think this is probably the best way to enjoy this game, is just to figure out what kind of player you are and where to look for the right material. Okay, actually got that jump correctly for a change. Now, due to all the time spent after the first checkpoint, this will be a fairly bad clear time. I do appreciate that heart at the end, and for the opportunity to take the first clear on Geometry Dash 2. So thank you for sending that my way and giving me first crack at it. Always a nice privilege to have. So, very nice level strike down. I hope you will be back with more. Now, I merely bumped some people back earlier in the queue to give them a second chance to come back, but I think they have not come back, so I will be removing Jan. Yeah, sure, I'll leave a comment. I'm going to manage my queue while I think about what kind of comment I want to write, but let me just do some of the queue management first. I believe Stello has just been dropping in and out all day with that level, and so they're not here. Remove. Okay, Merlin, your 1-3 will be next. Let me see the state of the queue. Got a lot of people who are all online, which is nice to see. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to, first of all, leave a card. I like trying to come up with comments for people sometimes, but cool idea. Cool idea. But maybe I'll use a second comment slot or some point, or just come up with a more creative message. But a card will do for now. Okay, the fourth. Did you want the code of the level that was just played? Because I can just show you that on the level card, or I guess Strike Down can just apply it, but as you can see, it is on screen. MHS. Oh, I'm just going to type it. Yeah, you can type it. Yeah. Hope you enjoy that level as much as I did. So Merlin, you will be next, and we have 4 people after you who are all online. Okay, so at this point, I am going to close the queue, but I closed the queue fairly early to guarantee that everybody who is in the queue right now will get played if they stay. So the rest of you, and I know Merlin sends short levels, so I'm going to get through the rest of the queue. We will see how much time there is left over at the end before I have to sign off. If some of these levels are fairly short or on the easy side, then sometimes I have a little time left over for 1 or 2 additional codes. So stick around. I may be available for more. For the time being, I will close the queue and make sure everybody gets cleared. I'm going to change my title to reflect that. Now, I hope that policy works for people. But basically, I don't like situations where, you know, people stay to the end of the stream and then they don't get played anyway. I try to avoid that. So I will hopefully be running for at least the next hour and a half towards 1 p.m. Pacific or 4 Eastern. And whatever that is in GMT and CET. So thank you for staying around and watching, and I will look at the rest of you. Okay, so the code from Merlin is 6EQ, mind your P's and Q's, 28R, KDF. So yeah, if the levels are easy, I will play some more at the end. Of course, what that also means is that if something is hard, I'll adjust my time accordingly, but I will make sure everybody gets played. So, we've seen a very decorative 1-2 and 1-1 and 1-2 so far. Let's see the Mushroom Tower take us into the sky in this continuing adventure. Kind of nice, actually. I don't think very many people have sent me a kind of numbered traditional series like this so far. I have seen some levels that are part of a series, but not, you know, in the traditional 1-1, 1-2 format. So, nice to see a custom traditional Mario game like this. Oh. Okay. I don't know what spawns from that. More Koopas. Oh, that's interesting up there. That looks like either an entry pipe to a secret or an exit pipe to a secret. Whoops. Maybe with a cape. Probably an exit pipe, though, from the looks of it. Oh, there's a Wiggler that comes down from the sky. That was unexpected. Oh, whoops. Now, was I mistaken, or did I really see a very low, for this kind of style, 3% clear rate on this, because it does not feel anything like that. It seems very relaxed. Unless there's something up ahead that everybody is having trouble with. Okay, let's try to get a spin off these guys. Whoops. CP1. Okay, surely I can hit that. Take the lower route. See where this takes me. Okay. Not being very precise today. But let's go up and get some bonus coins. Okay, same method over here, I guess. Got a big mole. We can see that's safe. Trust you enough there. Okay, mostly safe. Let's grab a shroom. Requires a bit of a dash, but clearly within range. Oh, I guess that coin is just dropping a shell, which I did not do accurately there. Yeah. Whatever, we'll try it. Okay. Let's be rewarded for surviving barely that long with a mushroom. Whoa, okay. Yeah, sometimes have to compensate a bit for the camera scroll. I could have very easily hit my head there, but... up the shroom we go. And here's another CP. Okay, I can see why this might be more precision dependent now. With all these spikes, let's go down slope. Slightly risky mushroom, but we will take that chance. Oh, whoops. Totally didn't read that accurately. Okay, hang all the way left. And... very quick, this segment. Only test of reaction time in some ways. Looks like we'll need to just kind of do a straight drop down here. Okay, maybe a bit hard to see when you scroll down, just given the camera positioning. That definitely looks like one of those segments that looks better in the editor sometimes, I think, because, you know, in the editor you can see what's coming. When you actually scroll the camera towards it, it's maybe not so clear. Wait a little bit on Koopa timing. I think it would be something that feels... oh, I made the same mistake here. Okay. Okay. We did successfully demonstrate the bonus coin last time, so... let's try to fall in accurately this time. I think it was a little bit risky how we did it previously. Okay, so we need to fall in and hang one block to the left. Yeah, I think this segment would feel quite nice if, I guess you could sail right over, but if you could just go fast right from the checkpoint and bop the Koopa right away. Nope. It's a jump, and then you duck. And mind your headroom. Oh, that's maybe a little unfortunate. Oh no, we survived. Okay, down and we hang left. Yeah, as you can see, like, visibility becomes a little bit of an issue here with the camera scroll, but because there's no way I can see what is coming. So, maybe a bit trial and error, because you are required to sort of know where the spike layout is, and there isn't really a good way for the player to check that the first time around. Yep, thank you, Merlin, for sticking around. We'll finish your level regardless. Feel the Mario. Yep. Oh, forgot to grab mushroom. Yeah, even though Merlin just had to leave, like, I don't mind sort of trying to finish this quickly. We're very generous with time today. Okay, so we don't even have the mushroom now, and we have to guess a lot of this. So, don't really know what the safety zones would even be. Okay, let's remember the mushroom so we have a bit of a damage buffer. No, so much for that. Oh, okay, no. You have to be fast enough to ride the platform. Okay, that's not clear to me. Yeah, you are supposed to ride the platform down, absolutely. Okay. I go a little faster for that. Whoop. Let's assume that we will still need it. Oh, yeah, okay. That is maybe not so great. But after training you to depend on the platform, it betrays you. Okay, whoops. Alright, let's try to have a somewhat accurate landing then. And this time we will let the platform do its business. That's it. Let's not die to that. Mark that as a win and move on. Thank you for the GGs. Yeah. Bit of a weird segment in terms of reading the falling platform and when you need it and when you don't, but other than that, had a fairly clean and aesthetically polished series of levels from Merlin, who had to leave due to the phone battery. So, the Auditore, thank you for your patience. And let's take a look at PNL. B8D. Yeah, I think when it comes to things like viewer submissions, traditional levels are actually kind of underrated. Like, I've seen some people sort of afraid to submit them because they think they won't be as popular as the Kaizo levels or Troll levels or whatever. And you know what? I think people actually love traditional stages. They just don't get nearly enough airtime. Life isn't always black or white, and sometimes it's just something in between. Fairly high clear rate, 20 seconds. Let's see what this is. Andrea Zero Santa Maria, we are closed, but if we get through the queue quickly before my end time at around 1 Pacific or 4 Eastern, we will have time possibly for 1 or 2 more codes. So if you stay to the end of the stream, you might get played. We're only going to be going for another hour to an hour and a half. But I closed the queue so I can guarantee that everybody already here will get played. Let's take the bone shell. Life is not always black or white, but there is an awful lot of white on this level. Very wintry. Okay, have a bit of exploration. M.A. Thomas, my approach to levels that people say I will hate or which will make me rage is to not believe them. And I find that usually pays off because sometimes you see levels that look like they may be total nonsense, and maybe they are if the creator says so, but which actually become fairly manageable if you just try to see what they are about. So, I am fairly serious about my commitment to at least take a look at everything. Some levels I might put down after 5 minutes, but you never know. Okay, this is actually kind of nice as far as a relaxed level goes. Definitely have to, read the maze a little bit. Oh, more 1-ups. Very useful. Yeah, I kind of wish people in Mario Maker were a little more empowered to make their collectible systems meaningful, because I think there is a lot of interest in doing, optional content that feels like Mario optional content. And not nearly enough of a reason to do it. There's the flag. I'm going to explore, because then we can break stuff. Break, break, break. I actually didn't think I knew that interaction between the big mushroom and the dry bone shell. I actually don't think I was aware of it. That's something to keep in mind. Do I crush this guy? Okay. What? Okay, let's not head over there. There's nothing there anyway. Yep, M.A. Thomas, we will soon find out how seriously to take that. Life isn't always black or white. Okay, fairly straightforward, relaxing little level. Thank you, De Auditore, and I hope to see more from you. Possibly not today, but we will see how much time we have at the end. Thank you for the GGs. The 4th. Looks like you are in chat, and I've seen you around, so let's take a look at H. 7H. FCX. LNF. Factory of Fire and Ice. Enter the factory. Or Fire and Ice mission, destroy the core. Okay. That's a pretty interesting looking preview screen, and actually that looks like the first screen, so I guess that's the entrance to the Swiss Army factory. A 13-minute world record tells me that there's going to be some kind of segment after a checkpoint that I may have to repeat. But we'll see how that goes. Okay. A lot of color saturation on this. Well, not much color saturation on this factory, rather. I have a... I didn't even read the story that's going on here. Let's see. So things kind of blink on and off. You have fire, you have twisters, you have a wiggler, you have an on-off switch. Okay. 3 coins, locked door, and you need to begin with an on state. This looks like it's going to be a reusable checkpoint, or just something that extends the timer. Forces you to reset to an on state. And I should not have taken all 3 of those. That seems like a reusable power-up spot for when I return to this checkpoint, but now we know. Okay, so clear the 3 challenges, head through to lock. Oh, a red coin at the end there. I see why you enforced the on-off state. Yeah, definitely a factory. So we hit the switch and we platform our way back up to grab the coin. Nope. Kind of underestimating the conveyor speed. Oops. Try to control our position a little here. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Let's maybe let that saw blade run. And give ourselves a little more relaxed timing. We will fall through. It is not really a reusable checkpoint, I guess. It's just sort of a use it when you like checkpoint. And we spent a lot of those fire flowers already, so all of them, in fact. So we will just have to be careful. So there's a claw that goes down. I feel like I should stay on the snake blocks to see what happens. Okay. Seems fairly straightforward. Okay. Okay, so now we know what's going on with power-ups. Let's take them one at a time. And let's do the segments that we have not beaten yet first.